Okay, on behalf of the softball coach here at Bigelow High School, good afternoon. Welcome, friends, family, faculty, coaches, teammates, community. So, tried to do this speech 3 or 4 times. Every time I get a little emotional, but today's a special day. We come to celebrate, one of our own. Jasmine has decided to continue her softball career at Southern Arkansas University. Stood in the same spot last year when we had another girl that decided to go, and she's playing at CBC right now. And I said to her last year that, this is just a pipeline of girls that's going to continue to go. And next year, I firmly believe the same thing. There's 2 or 3 girls, and the year after that, we got a good thing working here at Bigelow, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And it reflects the girls that are, athletically, but also it's a good group of girls. They do the right thing, and that's more important than anything. When Jasmine decided to, tell me that she wanted to play college softball, I said, well, you've got to get your butt up and get a little bit more focused. Get out there and put the work in. And we reached out to Robby, and he gave us the right steps for what we needed to take, what camps we needed to go to, and put the work in. I stood in the same spot almost 20 years ago myself, and man, had times have changed. When I was 20 years ago, we never had social media. We never got our face out there, never knew what to get going in the right direction. And with the hard work that Jasmine has shown these last couple of months and years of putting it in, I'm super proud as, not only her coach, but also as her uncle. And that makes what today is a special day for us. So, as you go off to college, I feel it's my duty as your wise uncle to give you some advice. I'm sure you've heard from Mom, Mimi, and most importantly, Papa. They told you 1,000 times to make the right choice. Never walk alone at night. Never leave a drink unattended at a party. Don't do drugs, study hard, etc. That advice is incredibly important. But I've come up with 5 things today that I want to tell you about 5 real facts that you're probably going to encounter. Number 1, you're not alone. As you look in this room, there's tons of people that are here to support you. And there'll be tons of people here to support the next girl and the girl after that, because that's where you come from. You come from a community that loves every student and athlete we have. So always remember where you came from. Number 2, never let someone tell you you're not enough. Many people will try to omit it and learn from human nature, and people don't want to believe that they're not good enough to do something. Well, when you told me you wanted to play college softball, you took the time, the effort, and determination to make that happen. Number 3, whether all these people were in this spot or not, you did this on your own. Nobody can go out and hit that ball. We can do all the lessons that you want to. Nobody can go out and field the ball. Nobody can go out and run the bases. You are the only one that can do that. You've made this on your own, and it makes me so proud to be standing here today. Don't be afraid to take risk and welcome failure, because it's going to happen. That's the human nature of life. I told you this before, and I'll say this again. College is going to be the best time of your life. You need to get away. You need to live up, grow on your own, become more dependent, And just take this from your wise old uncle. I know it can be physically and emotionally challenging to pick the right school, but I believe you've done that. Last but certainly not least, is honor the privilege. You have been given a wonderful opportunity to play college softball, to get a great education, and never take that for granted. It's a privilege. So, with that being said, I stand here as your coach and your uncle, and I just want to say I'm proud of you.
I'm just gonna talk from right here. I'm feeling pretty loud anyway. So those of y'all that don't know, I'm Coach Robby Wilson. It's hard to even say it and think of it in a business manner, but I'm Jazz's college scout. But today to say that today is surreal would be an understatement. The majority of the younger kids in this room don't even know this, but I'm Bigelow alumni. I graduated from here in 03, and I know it's a surprise to the people that do know me that I graduated. Graduated a lot. But even showing up today and seeing all the different changes that are going on and everything else, and rewind to spring when I went to see Jazz play, and I'm sitting there with Aaron, and I'm watching Matt coach next to Coach Starks, and I see Coach Wilson and Coach NLI, and everybody walk through, and it's like everything flashes back, and then I see Coach Brown earlier, and I mean, as a grown man, to sit here and say that I'm not emotional about it, not just for Jazz, but for their family and for myself, like I said, would be an understatement. I know that over the years, and I can go back to the 10-year rule. I can go back to when I graduated, and my memory goes back to about 8 to 10 years before I graduated. Those type of people, and I know since then there is always an athlete or two from Bigelow that goes on to play, and regardless of division or level, they go on to play somewhere. But I don't want something, and I know this is going to embarrass the crap out of Jazz, and I don't even know if I'm able to say crap here, but what I don't want to be overlooked is when Aaron and Jazz, reached out. That was probably, in my many years of doing this, that was the most real but unusual phone call in the world. I grew up with Aaron. Aaron was my best friend. She was the one person, the one friend of mine that would tell me to shut up and keep me in check. Her mom would treat me just like one of her own and tell me, you're being a freaking idiot. She would lay it to me, and I was a little bit younger than that. I grew up looking up to him. I grew up taking advice from him. And so I remember when she was in Aaron's belly. I remember when she was the size of my forearm. And so all of a sudden, hey, Jazz is a senior now, and she wants to go play college ball. She's a grown freaking woman. And it's like, excuse me, and of course, that's the ricochet in the back of your head that reminds you, hey, Robby, you're officially old, right? But to say there's athletes since I was young here and throughout the years, one or two a year, that end up going somewhere to play, and it is an accomplishment regardless. But one of the things that I don't want to go overlooked is those of y'all that don't know, if you know Jazz at all, you know that she doesn't like to brag. She doesn't like getting the center of attention. You don't have to tell her to work in silence. She works in silence on her own because she knows what she wants, and she doesn't need anybody else to applaud her or pat her on the back. But what hasn't been seen is the amount of hours and sacrifice and staying up until midnight and 1 in the morning, communicating with college coaches, and having to load up with Matt and Mark and the family, and load up and go all over God's green earth in order to get what she wants. And again, the part I don't want to be overlooked is that even though it is a school in Arkansas, SAU-Magnolia is the #1 Division II program in the nation. They are a national champion every other year. They are extremely selective about the people that they go after. it took one video of the coach seeing her, and he said, "Oh my gosh, what do I have to do to get her?" And of course, she had multiple options. She did everything she needed to do to examine what she needed and wanted. But even after she had numerous offers, every other day, which is a totally different subject, but I would get videos from her and Matt up in, where the classrooms used to be for the middle school, but now it's a hitting tunnel. And her sitting in there putting in work. And what a lot of y'all don't know is the stuff that went on behind the scenes, the amount of hours and travel and money and sleepless nights. And if I texted her and said, "Hey, you did okay this weekend, but I need you to work on this, this, and this," it didn't take a day or two before she's like, "Hey, me and Matt are going upstairs." And I mean, hours of video because her and Matt are sitting up there in the tunnel putting in the work. But she didn't tell anybody that. She doesn't talk about that. She doesn't want anybody to think that she wants the center of attention on her, but today she's earned that center of attention. I don't want to put or take anything away from her, but I think some recognition has to go into the family, and especially Coach Matt, and the things that they did and how supportive they were. If I would have texted them at midnight and said, "I need y'all to get a plane to Africa tomorrow, it's going to help Jazz," they'd have figured it out. And as many families as I work with, trust me, I thank God every day that they were so easy and fun to work with. And so, to say today is surreal, seeing the kid that was the size of my forearm all of a sudden about to sign with a national championship program would be an understatement. And to say I'm proud of her would be, this portion of it. But the extended part of that is you see Coach Matt and some of the faculty talk about and post about being Bigelow proud. And I was one of those whenever I was younger that I probably would have rolled my eyes and giggled at it and not understood it. It took me getting older to fully understand that means something. Being Bigelow proud means something. And right now, just judging by how much I know Jazz, I doubt there's a single person in this room that doesn't wish the world for her and doesn't love her to death. And I know that every one of y'all are proud to your own extent in what she's accomplished. But don't take away from that. Still be proud for Jazz, but you also have to be Bigelow proud. And the next step to that, you're not going to fully understand it right now. You're going to understand it more when you're fat and old like myself. But this next year, a year from now, she's going to be playing for the #1 program in the nation. A kid from Bigelow, Arkansas, the #1 program in the nation. Continue the ounce that you have right now where you're proud of her and her accomplishment. Don't let that end when this ceremony ends. Continue that next year. When SAU is streaming their games online, if you can't be there, watch it. Support her. Think about it in your head. Somebody that you knew and went to school with is playing for a national championship program. Continue that continued Bigelow proud support, not just next year, not just the next 4 years while she's there, but for the town itself. That is what is going to continue to propel Bigelow above what it is right now, because what it is right now is amazing compared to what it was when we were here at the restaurant. But it's going to take you guys. Y'all have amazing faculty, amazing coaches, amazing support to get there. And Matt and the rest of the coaches just go to show you that you'll voice up and say, "Hey, I want to do something bigger than just following the mediocrity norm." You have every bit of support in this school, in this room to do it. So, Jazz, I couldn't be more proud of you. It is still extremely weird to picture the little kid that was this size that's going to sign a legally binding document and go put on 4 national championship rings over the next 4 years. But I am super thankful to you, to Matt, to y'all's entire family for letting me, big fat redneck me, be a little tiny part to something so special. So thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna allow people to cry with this. So if everybody starts crying, I'll end up crying. So don't cry. Okay. Thank you all for being here for this special day. First of all, I'd like to thank God. He's the real MVP. Now I'd like to thank my family for everything they have done for me. You guys don't know how much I love you. Every single one of you have put so much time and effort into making this day come true, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you. I would also like to thank the best college softball scout in the entire world for pushing me to send out my schedules and doing things on my own to make it where I am today. I love you, dude. This next person I would like to thank is my absolute favorite softball coach that I will miss with every bit of my heart. Matt, you have been there. Since the very first time I put on a pair of pants. Ooh, somebody else want to read this?
That's okay, sweetie.
You literally had me at the softball field every day this summer. And she worked my butt off. And look what it did. It paid off. I will love you with everything that I have. I will call you every day. And just tell you how my neighbors and my teammates. Woo! Yes. Woo! Yeah! You all. You all have supported me, and I can't thank you enough. I will always cherish the memories that I've made with you, and I love you guys. And finally, to the lady who isn't here with us anymore. You literally told me every day to go make my dreams come true. Now look at me and those dreams. Thank you, Manny, for supporting me and loving me to make me understand the meanings of my dreams. Once again, thank you all for being here, and go Bigelow.